Doesn't get more live than this. The guest has arrived right on time as we wind down Sabres live today. Linus Weissbach, fresh off a Prospects Challenge win last night over Montreal. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. A little winded after the practice today?
I just got off the ice here, so I had to rush up here for you.
Were you taking one-timers down here at the end?
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't want? I couldn't tell. My eyes are getting bad. But one guy took a shot, put it like about 10 feet over the net, and then proceeded to do the goalpost football. I hope that wasn't you.
That wasn't me.
Okay, good.
That wasn't me.
Now,
that was not me.
It's funny that you're starting on this about one-timers because I'm sitting here looking at your body of work, your play last night. The assist was absolutely amazing. And in your senior season at Wisconsin, you're number 3 in the nation in points and number 2 in assists. And now that you've got a year in Rochester under your belt, do you consider yourself more of a pass-first player or is goal scoring more of a focus moving forward here as you develop at the pro level?
I think throughout my career, it's kind of depend on like who I'm been playing with. Obviously at Wisconsin, I had a sharpshooter at Caulfield, so it was kind of more of a passing mentality for me. But I think I can do a little bit of both. But obviously, you want to score as many goals as you can. And honestly, I'd take a goal over a pass. So I think that's for sure going to be a focus going forward.
Okay, well, talk me through the play last night, because from our broadcast location, we are on the right wing, basically. I'm following you, attacking on the 2-on-1. You're a lefty. You have the puck to the middle of the ice. I'm thinking, he's taking that to the net. Like, he may shoot the low blocker, maybe bring it back to the back end. And last second, you change your mind. You make a perfect pass for the goal. So what was your mindset, and how does that change with how comfortable you are now being a little bit more experienced and older than some of the other guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that specific play was more like a 2-on-2, I think, with a back checker.
A back checker, yes.
And so, like you said, I probably could have definitely taken that to net myself, but I felt like I had the puck on my forehand, and I saw the goalie kind of freeze. So he was probably expecting a shot, and right when he froze, that's when I saw a passer kind of going backdoor, so I just kind of tried to fade him backdoor, and it was a nice goal.
It was a nice play. Nice pass.
Yeah, it was a good goal, for sure.
Sabres won 4-3 over Montreal. How would you describe the overall nature of the game? There were, obviously, a lot of scoring opportunities. Montreal had 42 shots on the night.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those games, first of the season. I guess everyone was kind of excited to get going, and, so were we. But I think we want to clean up a little bit of that odd man rush situation we had. But overall, I thought we did a pretty good job coming back. They start off hot, and that's usually how it goes in those games. You kind of start off hot, and then it kind of settles down after a little bit. So I think we did a good job of managing that, and we definitely have to take a step for tomorrow's game.
Did you have to adjust your helmet with the new haircut and tighten it up a little bit? And what went into the decision to get the flow and chop it up?
Yeah, Mom wasn't too happy with the hair, so...
she didn't like the long hair?
No, she wasn't a big fan. So
really?
Grandma wasn't a big fan either, so... I got to listen to the girls that are close to my heart, so I had to cut it off halfway through the year last year. But who knows? We might grow it out this year. It's a long year.
Well, so...
Was it ever that long during college for you?
No. I kept it pretty short. I think Tony Granato wasn't a big fan of the long hair either, so he never told me to cut it, but I kind of had that feeling that he wanted us to have it pretty short. So.
How often do you talk to like your family members and whatnot during the season? And is it more hockey-related conversation, or is it more like personal stuff? Like, hey, I saw your hair on the Instagram post, or did you shave in the last week? Like, what is that like?
Yeah, no, I'm not from a hockey family at all.
Okay.
I'm the first person to play hockey in any of my related family. So there's not a lot of hockey talk, but like you said, it's more, I saw that on Instagram or I saw that there, but, it's family. So they want to make sure you're doing okay, health is fine and everything is okay. So those are the biggest things. But, I try to talk to my brother almost every day, and my family as much as I can too.
How often have you had them here to see games, either at the highest collegiate level or pro?
My parents were at college. My dad was there once. My mom was there twice, and my brother's been over in the U.S. once. So not that much, but they got their own lives. My brother's a professional floorball player back home.
Oh wow!
So he's got his own season to worry about there, and my parents obviously working. So
Floorball?
Floorball. It's
okay.
huge.
Yeah.
Yes, it is pretty big. They get all the
Give a
trick
quick
shots
description
and-
of it for our audience that may
So
not know.
I usually describe it as like hockey without the ice and a plastic ball with no protection. So it's pretty much like I'd say it's faster than hockey, honestly. Really skilled players. I think a lot of the European guys have played floorball growing up, but then usually they say if you're not tough enough to play hockey, you don't have the conditioning to run in soccer, you play floorball. So I guess that's a good description of it.
The goalies are on their knees a lot, right?
Yeah,
they
they
stay
are.
on their knees and they crawl around the
Yeah,
crease, and
yeah.
I've seen it online and on social media. So
Which makes you wonder whether Dom played it.
he must have. Hasek must have played it, and maybe all goalies should go there now, the way that goalies play. Do you get to watch your brother play? Did they stream it online and all of that?
Yeah, they do. It's actually it's probably like the third biggest sport in Sweden. So
Okay.
they get quite a good fans, and he's doing really well. So I get to watch him, as much as I can when we don't have games and stuff like that. So it's fun to follow
I
his
know
journey.
there's a guy out of Toronto on Twitter. He's Hey Barber, and he tweets a lot about floorball. He's actually traveled to Europe and played it, and because he does a lot of trick shots and skills with hockey, with
Yeah.
ice hockey, but he's learned a lot of that from floorball.
Well, speaking of skill, obviously last night you lined up with Kisakov and Savoy. Can you take us through? Our backs are to the practice today, so we didn't really have a good luck at what was going on the ice. What are you expecting tomorrow? Are you going to likely play with those guys? And if so, what did you feel when you were out with them? Obviously, there were changes in game, but how would you describe playing with them?
Yeah, no, I like to play with players that are that can skate, and since I'm a good skater, I like to play fast, and both those guys can skate and make plays fast. But it was our first game, so some mistakes here and there, but I think tomorrow we should expect a little bit more from us. I'd say. I think we can lead the team in a way where we create a lot of chances forward, but also don't give up any backwards. So I think that's a big focus for tomorrow.
How was your summer in the aspect that obviously did not finish the season? I'm really happy to see how well you're doing and being able to skate, because that was very scary, I'm sure. But how was your summer? Was it like really focused on strength, conditioning, rehabbing? Like, what was your summer like to be ready for this?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot of things my first pro year. I think, just having all those games, I felt like, after Christmas, it kind of started off being like almost like a grind. You had to kind of find ways to get ready for every game. There was always something, with an injury or something happened. So I think this summer, it took a big focus on like my nutrition and recovery part, which I think showed off in the testing we did here with the Sabres coming into camp. So I think that was a big focus for me, just kind of changing the way I recover and the way I eat and sleep. I think that helped me a lot this summer with both my strength work and my I guess off-ice work.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a big focus for me going into this season. My second year, I think that's going to be a big boost for me if I can keep that going this season too.
Yeah, when you guys play 3-3 at times in the travel, that's important, obviously.
Yeah, and we're winding down here, so real quick, and it kind of piggybacks off of what your first answer was, and that was you'd take a goal over an assist anytime. Would you say that maybe most encouraging for you as you entered into pro hockey was that your speed still was able to translate and put you in great position to score an awful lot? You're a chance creator. Every night that speed separates you. So does that give you that confidence knowing that I'm going to be in these positions to score a lot?
Yeah, like you said, I think, I want to find myself in positions where I can score as much as I can and set up my teammates as I can. But I think, like you said at the start there, I think a big focus is just to, be more of a finisher, I'd say, just to take advantage of those opportunities, because the higher up you get, the less of those chances are going to come. So I think, dial it in when those chances come. And like you saw yesterday, I think I had 2 or 3 2-on-1s that I probably should have shot at least one of them. So we'll see that tomorrow.
We will see it tomorrow. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining us.